Hey everybody, I'm just doing a little bit of a hobby table update. This is pretty recent since my last video where I did the talk about the barn and just reviewing on the kit. I actually have some other stuff to talk about today, but I'll do my next work in progress is going to be after I get a first base coat of paint on this guy. I did end up using the polyurethane and putting extra on. It actually seemed to work out pretty well. As you can see, I went for open barn doors, but I did it on one side for the main level, and I ended up just attaching them as if they're being open there, so I'll be able to see in here. And then on the other side, I actually have the loft open, and the way that it looks on the inside is the doors are just basically opening to the inside. So I thought that'll be kind of cool. It could be like somebody's got hay bales in here that they're dumping out on the back, and then on the front it's just open here. And a little bit of variety. So there's a closed door on one side, which is nice, has that effect that I showed in the last video. And then I actually also have the look of the doors on the top, and then on one side have them open. These actual rafters are actually really nice looking. Sorry, I'm not sure if you can see if it's too dark, but just looking through here, let's see. Well, I'm not sure if I can get the right angle, but yeah, if you can just see there, you get that slatted sort of look looking through the door. It's actually kind of nice. I'm actually kind of impressed with this kit, to be honest. It's actually better than I expected. I'm not sure what I expected, but it's actually a little bit better. I'm actually quite happy with it. So I want to talk a little bit about just the channel going forward. It's nothing big, but just kind of what I'm going to be focusing on. I've done quite a bit of Warhammer, and not probably as much as I would have liked to, because I still have lots to do. But I'm kind of doing my stuff a little bit in phases. I'm not at all actually tired of painting my Warhammer stuff. I actually still have quite a bit to do, but I also need to get on some of my musket and tomahawks, and the two houses were sort of prep work and getting started again and sinking into doing some more historical again. But while I actually was waiting, I did a number of applications on this today, and while I was waiting for it to dry, I needed something to do. I could have actually started on my next unit for musket and tomahawks, but I just had a box on the counter today, Warhammer, and thought I'd just assemble it because it's kind of a small kit. So what I'm going to be doing a little bit side by side while I'm working on the barn is I've got a land speeder, and so this was a nice little kit. I've been doing a little bit of just a hobby table and just chat today, and so I'll just let you know I've been doing a bit of Warhammer with my daughter, who's 11, and it's been a lot of fun because I've mentioned at times on the channel that one of the things that got me back into wargaming and the hobby and the painting and the crafting side, well, how it actually started again a number of years ago is that I actually, because my daughter and I both are into like Marvel comics, like I don't read comics anymore, but I was really into them as a kid, and I like to watch the movies with my kids, and I was playing HeroClix with them just as like a math game, something to do. And that's kind of, I really started like looking at the sculpts and got really interested in the sculpts and things like that. And it got me sort of looking into that, and playing the video game Space Marine got me back into 40K. So long story short, I guess what I was just going to say is that, I've for the same reasons, my daughter's taking a little bit of interest just because I'm so into 40K, and she's into fantasy stuff, sci-fi, whatever. And so she's been playing Eldar a bit, and we've just been having some fun Friday night games, just 500 points. I've just been teaching it to her. And so actually she's doing quite good. And what I've been needing really is I've wanted some more variety, because I don't really have that much of my Space Marines painted. Like I've painted a tactical squad, which is sort of an old squad. I've painted a Terminator. I've painted a squad. I've painted a librarian and a captain, and I've painted a dreadnought. I'm kind of going through stuff that I painted over time here, but you've seen the two rhinos, and then recently, of course, I painted my Eldar Wraith Guard. And so I've been doing a bit of painting, but I really would have liked to have done more. So I'm just gonna paint this thing up real quick. It'll give me some good options on the table for our Friday night games, because I've got so much Eldar for my daughter to choose from. I just have, for myself, not that much. Now, this has been a neat kit. You know, of course, for those of you that play 40K, this is nothing new. You know, it's just, for me it is. I've never painted one of these before, so it'll be new. But one of the things that was kind of cool, well, you know how I feel about magnetizing. So I say it's kind of cool because after having done it, it was kind of cool. But I wanted all the options for this because, you know, there's just only so many things you can do with the Land Speeder. And I couldn't imagine just, with this particular unit, I really couldn't imagine keeping one combo. And so, of course, I've got the assault cannon here, and I've got it magnetized. And then I've got, let's see, the multi-melta on the bottom as well. Now, also, for transportation purposes, the base is actually magnetized, and it's good strong magnet, so it's not really gonna fall. This is a little interesting because the way that this is designed, but I do have the one that the gunner is using, so that's had the multi-melta on it, and I've also got the bolter, and so I could just put them on there. But for those of you familiar with the kit, you'll probably know what I'm going to show next, but the hardest thing to do on this was to get these panels so I could put the Typhoon missile launcher on. I say it was hard, it was just kind of piddly. I mean, it wasn't rocket science. But now I've also got the missile launcher on there too, so a lot of nice little options for the Land Speeder. This is going to give me some speed and some punch to add to my Space Marines that I have right now. Because really, the only thing I don't have that much to swap in and out of my list. I mean, I've got really a redundant Rhino because I only have one of my tactical squads painted. I need to paint the other one, and that'll actually give me quite a bit more options. But really, in the two lists that I've had so far, I mean, I've had a librarian. Like one time I had a captain, a librarian, a tac squad, which combat squadded, and a Rhino, and a dreadnought. And that, you know, and then my game the other day, I actually had basically no captain, just the librarian, one tac squad, which was combat squadding, a Rhino, and I had a Terminator squad, and that was it. And so, you know, my daughter's already wanting to go up in points to play a bit more and, you know, do more, and but even so, like, this is going to give me some options. So I'll paint this guy up either after or during the time I do this barn. Just for those of you that are interested, what I really did here was I just took a piece of sprue, and I just put some green stuff. Essentially, let's see if I can get it in the light here. I've got a weird angle with my camera here today. But I just took a piece of sprue and I just put a magnet, and then I just put the sprue on top of some green stuff. And that's how I created that little spot, essentially. So I'm going to get this painted up, and then it's going to be a little bit of a break from 40K as far as painting, because I've got some historical to do. But then, for those of you that are into 40K and like to see the 40K in the channel, no worries, because I'll do a bit of historical, and then I'll be right back on the 40K again. And it'll be likely right back to these loyalists, is what I'm going to be doing. So this guy will be painted, then I've got other stuff to do for the Space Marine Army. For Musket and Tomahawks, I'm going to be doing this barn, but then as soon as this barn is done, the next thing on the channel is going to be some British Grenadiers. That's what's coming up next, and so I've got, I believe, a troop of 8 Grenadiers, which are elites in Musket and Tomahawks, that I'll be doing, so I can add them to my Musket and Tomahawks games. I won't be stopping there. I'll be doing some more Musket and Tomahawk stuff after those British Grenadiers. After a couple of things to do, I'll probably then shoot back to 40K, do a couple of things, and then just kind of switch back and forth in that sense. That's kind of the way I see things going over the summer, to be honest. Hope you guys are having a great weekend, and that is just sort of things that are happening on the table and my plans for the near future. Okay, talk to you guys later.